In just 3 months, she became the most searched woman on the internet and the most controversial. Hailed by some as fearless, condemned by others as offensive, Mia Khalifa's story is not just about fame, but about survival, reinvention, and the price of living under the world's gaze. From Beirut to America, from internet stardom to personal redemption, this is the untold journey of one of the most polarizing figures of our time. Mia Khalifa, the story of a controversial icon. Mia Khalifa is a name that sparks mixed reactions. Some admire her confidence, others criticize her choices, and many simply know her as one of the most talked about figures in internet history. She rose to global fame in record time, faced intense criticism, and later completely changed the course of her life. This is the story of a Lebanese-American woman who became the most searched adult performer in the world for a brief period, endured heavy backlash, and then redefined herself. Early life and background. Mia Khalifa was born on February 10, 1993, in Beirut, Lebanon. Her birth name was Sarah Jo Chami, but she later adopted the professional name Mia Khalifa. In the 1990s, Lebanon was still feeling the effects of the civil war, and her family decided to move to the United States in search of safety and better opportunities. When Mia was about 10 years old, they settled in Montgomery County, Maryland. Adjusting to life in the U.S. was challenging for Mia. She faced cultural differences, language barriers, and even bullying in school due to her Middle Eastern background. She was active in sports, especially lacrosse, but often felt like an outsider. Education and early work. Mia attended the University of Maryland, where she majored in history. During college, she worked various part-time jobs, including bartending and some modeling gigs. This was also when she began getting tattoos and piercings, which later became a part of her recognizable image. Entry into the adult industry. In 2014, Mia Khalifa entered the adult film industry. At first, she appeared in small projects, but within just a few weeks, she became one of the most searched performers in the world. Her rise to fame was fueled by a highly controversial scene in which she performed while wearing a hijab. The video went viral on adult websites and also triggered a wave of outrage, particularly from the Middle East. Many religious groups condemned the scene as disrespectful. Mia received death threats and severe criticism, but she insisted that the video was purely fictional and not meant to offend any religion. Record-breaking popularity. Early 2015, Mia Khalifa had reached the #1 ranking on Pornhub, becoming the most searched performer on the site. Her career lasted only a few months, but during that short time, she achieved the kind of fame most adult performers never experience. However, this rapid rise also came with enormous pressure and controversy. Why she left the industry. Mia has repeatedly stated that her time in the adult film industry was very short, just about 3 months, and that she left because it was not the right environment for her. Even after leaving, the videos remained online, which continued to affect her personal and professional life. She has spoken in interviews about how her past in the industry made it difficult to find jobs, maintain relationships, and escape public judgment. As she put it, "I did it for a short time, but people think I'll always be that person." Controversies and criticism. Mia Khalifa's career has always been surrounded by controversy. Religious backlash. The hijab scene was seen as deeply offensive by many in Muslim-majority countries. Social media harassment. She was heavily trolled on Twitter and Instagram. Criticism of the industry. Later, Mia became vocal about how the adult industry exploits performers and leaves lasting consequences on their lives. Rebranding herself after leaving the industry, Mia focused on reinventing her public image. She worked in sports commentary, a cooking show, and began Twitch streaming. Build a massive social media following, with millions of fans on Instagram and Twitter. Spoke out about women's empowerment and reforms in the adult industry. Mia has successfully turned herself into a social media influencer and online personality, using her platform to talk about personal growth, mental health, and self-reinvention. Personal life. Mia married in 2011, but the marriage ended in divorce. Later, she got engaged to Swedish chef Robert Sandberg, but they separated in 2021. She has lived in Washington, D.C., and now travels internationally. Lessons from her journey. Mia Khalifa's story offers several lessons. The internet never forgets. Once something is online, it can remain forever. Fame is not always positive. Sometimes it brings more challenges than rewards. Reinvention is possible with time and effort. A person can rebuild their identity. Mia Khalifa. Today. Mia Khalifa identifies herself as a content creator, social media influencer, and activist. She openly discusses women's rights, mental health, and the realities of working in the adult entertainment industry. Her journey has been filled with controversy, but she has proven that it's possible to turn a page and start a new chapter. In life, from the streets of Beirut to the top of internet searches, from global fame to personal reinvention, Mia Khalifa's journey is proof that your past does not have to define your future. She's been celebrated, condemned, threatened, and misunderstood. But above all, she's lived her life in the public eye and learned to take back control of her story. In a world quick to judge and slow to forgive, Mia's transformation reminds us that redemption is always possible if you're willing to fight for it.